I think of you more as the Portlandia guy than Saturday Night Live. So,
Yeah.
which one do you think you're most known for?
It depends where I go, but in a way, Portlandia, because it's more of my signature.
Yeah.
Meaning, like, it's more of
Sketch.
more sketch that was like where me and Carrie are the main people. But you never know. I mean, sometimes I'll go to some place and they'll just say SNL. So it just depends. But Portlandia is more like focused. That's like a more focused. If someone recognizes me, that's more like.
And it's yours.
And it's more mine. Yeah.
Right.
Is it true they try to blame the like rising real estate prices in Portland to your show because everybody wanted to move there and?
Yeah, I guess it's hard to tell, because like even if somebody said that, I don't know if that's how everybody thinks.
Yeah.
But
because they had billboards that said, home of Portlandia and thinking all the locals were.
I'm sure people weren't excited to see stuff like that. People get, I suppose, protective of where they live.
Yeah.
If someone made a show about this part of LA, I guess just. But I still don't know that like a TV show. We were a little cable show.
Yeah.
Can really affect real estate. I don't think that's
right.
We had that much power, but whatever. The show's done and Portland as a city has moved on. So who knows?
On.
Yeah, they did a show about heroin and methadone on the street.
Right.
It's like they blame you for that too.
It's funny that like how fast time goes though. Like that, that show would be in a discussion like that, and then years later, it's just like a newspaper page turning.
Mm-hmm.
I went and I worked on a movie there. I don't know, maybe 5 years ago or something. And the girl who was working was young, was like, signing me in for whatever, I guess for COVID tests. So I guess it was like 3 years ago. Was like, have you ever been to Portland before? So in my ego, I'm like, okay, I'm back,
Mm-hmm.
and then to her, that's how fast. I don't mean to explain how fast time goes, but you know what I mean? Like,
sure.
I don't know. In your ego, you're like the center of this, like,
of course,
this thing, and then
for sure.
But in regular life, people are like, we could care less. She clearly hadn't even heard of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's Portland that is the only place in America that has decriminalized all drugs, right? Like,
is that true, or did they do
Wait,
that?
decriminalized heroin and
I think
crystal
heroin,
meth?
crystal meth,
Whoa.
the whole deal. Like,
yeah,
I
that
think,
case study's not doing very well.
Right, I think that they've like decriminalized it, if not just legalized it.
Well, I saw yesterday that New York City was putting out vending machines that you can go and get a crack pipe, you can go get like tinfoil syringes,
Wow.
and like somebody was posting that, and it was pretty.
Now, what do you think the reason behind that is to like stop the crime rate?
Yeah, like it's probably like that sort of Dutch, ideology of like we're just going to decriminalize everything. Although I don't know what their laws really are, but I think that's probably like a version of it.
We were there at the beginning of this year, and it was just alarming. It was truly alarming. Just everywhere you looked, people were holding lighters under tin foil and
in broad daylight too,
daylight,
not even trying to hide it.
Is this Portland you're saying?
Portland.
That's the way it was when I was there in the 90s. I went through when I was in a band. And people would say, like, it's a kind of a druggy place. Sure enough, exactly like you described. Or just lighting, like, little pipes and stuff right in front of the Satyricon where we were playing.
Yeah.
What band?
Like daytime.
What band was that you were with?
Trenchmouth,
yeah.
Yeah, very cool.
So, yeah. I mean, it was a great city, but it was that was the headline when we showed up.
I wish it was, I love Portland. It's probably, like, top 3 favorite cities minus all the crime, because it's such a beautiful. I love
gorgeous.
the weather. I love how all the buildings are stacked up on the river right there. And
yeah, I still have a place there I go all the time, or frequently, but there are parts of it that are beautiful, and also I go to other cities and there's like LA has some pretty messed up areas.
Sure. Yeah, definitely.
Not just downtown. I mean, all over the place, and San Francisco, obviously.
Hollywood is pretty terrible.
Crazy.
Is intense.
Yeah.
Hollywood is like, I drove down recently, and there's people who are face down. You know what I mean? Like
sure.
their whole body is like on the ground.
Yeah.
With their feet facing up, like not just messed up, but just like flat out.
They had to remove some of the porta potties in Hollywood because people were just constantly ODing in there.
Oh my god.
You know?
Yeah. I just don't know how that works. I don't have any answers. I don't know. Like I don't know
And it's crazy because like you hear stories of Hollywood in the 40s and 50s, and it was like clean everywhere, and you're walking around where all the stars on the Hollywood Walk of Fame are, and like that's where people used to take for like a nice restaurant and like go see a show, and it's like this place where there's tents set up and the ladies pissing in broad day. It's crazy.
Yeah.
Do you like shopping on Amazon? I do. And good news is, Steve-O's butt wipes for your butthole are available on Amazon. And if you want a real bundle of a deal, you can get Steve-O's hot sauce for your butthole, plus Steve-O's butthole destroyer, and Steve-O's butt wipes for your butthole. It's the butthole bundle, available on Amazon right now. Yeah, dude.